Her relationship crashed on the day of her wedding day. While she was waiting for him at the altar, he was getting married to someone else in another city. Hi everyone, welcome to the Girl's Blind Spot. So I just thought to share the story. So this was a personal one that happened to someone I know. On her wedding day, supposedly in a city in the south, south. While she was waiting at the altar, she got news that the man she was supposed to marry, her groom to be, was in another city getting married on the same day. And for about 3 months, he was in the hospital, in the psychiatric hospital, after the incident. And when asked, what could have caused this, he said he felt she was too desperate and that the marriage might not likely work. Fast forward 5 years later, his own marriage crashed. She's still single up until today though. Anyways, so I say this to buttress the fact that it's not everything you talk about. No matter how excited you are, sometimes I'm even perplexed how somebody will ask you to marry him and you start crying or you start rolling on the floor or start shouting. Like, don't you understand that there's a difference between getting married and wedding day? How can you be so excited about that? So here's my advice to you. Began a relationship does not mean you need to lose your friends. As a matter of fact, beginning a relationship warrants that you have the right kind and amount of friends, the right number, and the right kind of friends. In a relationship that is starting, it's okay to have people still around you. It's okay to still have your friends around you. If it progresses to the third and fourth month, you can begin to sift the chaff from the grain. However, one of the mistakes a lot of people make in relationships is that they automatically cut off from everyone. Their parents don't have a say, their siblings don't have a say, their closest friends don't have a say. They don't even want them in the picture. This is okay because sometimes you may not feel comfortable letting everyone know your plans. However, 4 months into the relationship that is just starting with a stranger, you would need to have the support of everyone. You would need to have a few people that you can still talk to. Down the line, 6 months into the relationship, and you think it's looking like it's going to happen, I wouldn't always advise that you let the whole world know what is going on. If he has chosen to propose to you, or if you have chosen to propose to her, I do not think the whole world needs to know about this. This, however, is my opinion because it is important that there are some things that you keep to yourself. That is a sign of maturity. 2 is a sign of that you're assured and you know what you're getting into. So I would advise that once it gets to that point where you think you guys are going to walk down the aisle in any moment from now, okay, that's okay. You can go ahead and, keep a few people in the loop and blindside others. Okay, there's a reason for blindsiding others. Blindsiding people doesn't necessarily mean that you do not want, them to be a part of your success, but there's a reason why some people keep their relationships a secret. Because you don't want to give the enemy a foothold into that relationship, especially if you value it. If you value the relationship that you're trying to, build that's going to likely lead to marriage, there are certain informations that you should not tell everyone. A lot of people have lost good and even bad things. However, let's talk about the good part. A lot of people have lost good things because they talk too much. They talk about how much money came in, they talk about what they do in private with their partner, they talk about the issues they're having, they talk a lot about themselves to other people. So, if the relationship has progressed to 6 months, I usually advise it shouldn't be less than that. As a matchmaker, I know I match people for marriage and whatever, but still, it should not be less than 6 months. Take time to get to know each other. I even feel, if possible, take it longer. So, yes, once it gets to 6 months and you feel that the relationship is going to get somewhere, begin to cut down the amount of information you let out. People should only know what goes on with you and the relationship and what plans you have if they are the closest people to you and if they've proven to have your best interest at heart. This is not the time to begin to chase clout. No. This is not a time to begin to prove who you are or if she's a trophy girl or not. This is the time to place value on what you have. So keep some information to yourself, make your plans, let the right people know what is going on around you and what your plans are. Then seek counsel. Do not seek counsel from anyone. Seek counsel from people who have proven over time that they can be trusted. Not just because he's a pastor or because she's a marriage counselor or whatever. People who have proven that they can be trusted. Then take your decision. Letting people into your private life is not always the best thing, especially if it is young and just budding. It's important that you keep some things to yourself. It's a sign of maturity. It's a sign of assurance and confidence in what you're getting involved in. It's even a yardstick for her or him to trust you, to trust that you're mature-minded and you have a will of your own. Yeah? I hope you learned something today.